1947, in an undisclosed location on the west coast of Alaska, a new form of geothermic rift energy has been found, and Imperial Japanese Forces have made landfall to try and claim the valuable resource. A highly elite group of U.S. Special Forces have been sent, consisting of Paragons, Fireflies, and an armored platoon, all to defend the U.S. in the name of freedom and Super FDR, in this week's game of Konflikt 47 2nd Edition. Hey, how's it going? Mike from Mike Rolls Dice, and today we have our first game with the newly released FAQ from Warlord Games for Konflikt 47 and the updated points list. Today we'll be playing Seek and Destroy with my good friend Rev as usual. He'll be playing his Imperial Japanese Forces, and I'll be playing my US Forces. If you're looking for the newly updated points list, as well as the FAQ, you could head over to the Konflikt 47 website. And if you're new here, we have a ton of different battle reports with everything from Konflikt 47, Bolt Action, Trench Crusade, and all that. But for now, let's get into the army lists. First up, the Imperial Japanese Forces, played by my good friend Rev. First up, we have a platoon commander, an officer in battle frame heavy armor with an LMG. Then we have a 12-man group of assault frame armored infantry squads, and these guys have close combat weapons and SMGs. Then we have a Shiburu sniper rifle team hidden back by that bridge in the river. We have a battle frame armored infantry squad. These are all equipped with Shiburu rifles, and they're sitting right next to a Type 97 Kai Shibiru Chiha medium tank with the Shiburu cannon. Then we have a Type 6 Kai Kiho light walker, and this has the light Shiburu cannon. And this also has Reki as well, so it can skitter around. Then we have an Imperial Japanese infantry squad, and they're equipped with rifles as well as rocket-propelled grenades. And then we have a Ghost attack squad, which is off the board and flanking, coming in at a later turn. Yoshi, iko. Well, next up, we have the U.S. Forces here. This is 1,500 points of my U.S. Forces, just around. Starting off, we have a platoon commander officer, and he has a backup buddy, and I paid for a point of guts as well as rifles for them. Then we have a squad of Firefly airborne infantry, and these are all equipped with their bog standard loadouts, their Thompsons with their dual profile, and they also have their special ability, Get Out of Hell. Then we have a squad of Paragons. These are a 3-man squad of Paragons. One has a heavy Tesla weapon, and the other two have SMGs as well as close combat weapons. Then we have the M2A5 linebacker jump walker, and this is equipped with a Tesla cannon on the left, the light Tesla cannon. It has 2 HMGs on its right arm, and it has a medium mounted machine gun on its chin. Then we have a company commander, and again, this guy has a backup buddy. He also has a extra point of guts that we paid for, as well as the 1 free guts that he gets for being a non-hero. They're equipped with rifles as well. Next to them, we have another squad of Fireflies with the Thompsons, same loadout as the other ones, as well as a squad of Paragons with the same loadout as the guys in the castle. And all the Paragons are forward deployed with Infiltrator. Now for the command vehicle, we have an M4A9T Sherman medium tank, and this has the +2 pen Tesla cannon on top, as well as the command upgrade. Then we have an M8A3T scout car. This recently got some points added to it because it's pretty good. It has a light Tesla cannon, and I upgraded it with Reki and an HMG. And last but not least, deployed a little bit further back behind the rocks for some cover, is our last Paragon squad here. Now for the board today, you could see we have some hard cover in the form of these large rocks. We have some soft cover around this geothermic rift energy deposit that's in the center here. The forest counts as dense terrain, and the destroyed castle up there will count as ruins. All right, with all that out of the way, let's get on to the game with the start of turn 1. Start of turn 1 here, and the US forces are up. And the scout car equipped with the Tesla is moving forward. So advancing forward and taking aim with its light Tesla cannon at the Kaikiho light walker.
Japanese walker spotted. Get ready to fire.
Expending a rift dice here for the Tesla arc, and in response, the Reki equipped Kaikiho light walker skitters backwards behind the rock out of line of sight, essentially wasting the activation on the scout car. It was a good play.
Damn it, that thing's fast. Get ready, reload.
So next up, the Japanese medium tank equipped with the Shiburu cannon advances forward slightly, shooting its Shiburu cannon at the scout car and its medium machine guns at the paragons in the forest.
Yoseki. Fire.
But only managing to score a pin on the paragons and missing with its Shiburu cannon. So Tesla Sherman is up next. It's going to be taking aim with its Tesla cannon here with its +2 and lining up a shot at that medium Japanese tank. So after expending a rift dice and advancing slightly forward to get a shot, it is going to use its Tesla arc ability to shoot at the Japanese medium tank.
Sarge, we're under fire! Give us some cover!
You heard him. Light him up with the Tesla.
Starting off with the Tesla cannon here, this will have +3 shots due to the Tesla arc and +1 to hit a vehicle.
Get him out.
And being able to reroll 1 missed shot on a multi-shot weapon for each different weapon that's firing. But unfortunately just manages to score a pin on the Japanese tank. So having line of sight with its medium machine guns, it takes fire at the Japanese troops behind that rock.
Light him up with the 50.
But unfortunately misses. So next up, the US troops are up with the medium linebacker here. And it's going to scurry to the left here, kind of do a little side shake, taking aim with its light Tesla cannon at the Kaikiho light walker with a side shot, and using its HMGs and chin-mounted MMGs to shoot at the Japanese troops exposed behind the rock. Only managing to score a pin on the Japanese walker. Managing somewhat better with the medium chin-mounted machine guns though, scoring 2 hits as well as 1 successful damage roll, but the rock and the hardcover saves the Japanese soldier. Heavy machine guns next, twin heavy machine guns on the right arm, with +1 pen, managing to get a couple successful damage rolls. It takes out some of the Japanese troops.
Woo! Get some.
Japanese snipers down by the river here, lining up a shot at the paragons in the ruins. And with their Shiburu sniper rifle, managed to take out one of the paragons hidden down below. Paragons on the edge of the board here by this M8 scout car are activating now, and are advancing forward over by this rock and the fence line here to get line of sight on the Japanese troops. And after moving out and expending a rift dice, one of the paragons will be shooting their heavy Tesla gun with 18-inch range, also activating their ability to use their other rift die to generate a point of guts. Unfortunately missing with the Tesla after moving though. In response, the Japanese troops move up now, look to get line of sight. They're equipped with rifles, and they're also equipped with the Japanese version of RPGs. Photo! And after measuring shooting one of the RPGs, but missing and then shooting their rifles, they managed to take out one of the Paragons that was in the open.
Oh, they got me.
So the Japanese battle frame infantry now are moving forward, and they are just advancing into the tree line here, into the dense terrain.
Koteno, Tamani.
Being equipped with Shiburu rifles and being within 24 inches, they're taking line of sight at the Paragons in the tree line in front of them. And for each successful hit will count as an additional hit. And they managed to take out one of the Paragons as the Shiburu rifles rip through the tree line. After receiving fire from the Shiburu cannons, Paragons in the forest pushed out towards the open area where this geothermic crater is located. And then the Paragons in the ruins next to the Fireflies and the platoon commander go on ambush after successfully passing an order, waiting for those assault frame infantry Japanese soldiers to push out.
Get ready, men. They're coming. Take positions.
Biding some time in between more important activations, the company commander in the forest is just going down, looking to give support to his men, as well as the platoon commander located to the right side of the board, near the Fireflies and those Paragons.
Alright, keep your head on a swivel.
So next up, the Fireflies, using their full 12-inch movement, and then running, so an additional 6 inches going 18, make their way all the way across the river, looking to get shots or potential charge off on those snipers in the next turn. Seeing their valuable sniper at risk, the platoon commander on the Japanese side orders his assault frame infantry to charge out from behind the ruins and start pushing towards the Fireflies. But as they move forward, making their way towards the Fireflies, they trigger the ambush from the Paragons in the ruins, who fire with their SMGs first. And then with their heavy Tesla gun. And after managing to score a couple of successful hits, leads to a pin on the Japanese assault frame infantry. Like any good platoon commander should, the Japanese platoon commander in the battle frame suit is moving behind his assault frame infantry to give them some support. So now, after using some guts to put the dice back in the bag for the linebacker and redrawing the dice, the linebacker is going to shoot again. Unfortunately, its rift dice is expended. So it's going to be shooting all of its HMGs, MMGs, and Tesla shot at those battle frame Japanese troops in the forest. And with the HMGs as well as some of the other shots, they managed to take out 3 of the battle frame infantry troops.
Take that! Gotta love my job.
So after putting their dice back in the bag and re-pulling it, the Paragons on the edge of the board by the rift crater are now reactivating, shooting their assault profile on the Tesla first after moving within 6 inches. And then firing the 1 SMG as well. They managed to take out 1 of the Japanese troops, as well as applying another pin.
Don't worry about this side, Commander. We got it covered. This should be easy.
You can see why they limited guts activation once per turn, But the Japanese platoon commander now using his guts to put the assault frame infantry on the Japanese side back in the bag. And now they're able to execute a charge run maneuver over the bridge and charge the Fireflies on the other side of the river.
Charge!
While the Fireflies have pretty good close combat options with their Thompsons with the +1, the Japanese troops have 30 attacks. Though the Fireflies did manage quite a lot of wounds here, actually managing to take out 5 of the assault frame infantry before getting completely wiped out. And then a regroup on the Japanese assault frame troops, getting a little bit of distance back on that bridge, ready to move over. So now the Fireflies that were by the center and the forest section execute a full run order, moving 18 inches as a show of pure power, running right in front of the Japanese battle frame, showing no fear. End of the turn here, rolling rift dice for all the units. The US forces have a rule where they get to re-roll a dice if it's at the end of the turn, if it's being applied to a Tesla unit. Failing to get a couple active rift dice for some of the infantry, but managing to score a surging rift dice, which I gave to the Tesla Sherman. And that's the end of turn 1. We're going into the start of turn 2. So at the start of turn 2 here now, the Fireflies, after moving and making a bold dash, hoping to get the first activation, end up getting outgunned by the Japanese battle frame troops who get the jump on them. But something that we learned in Konflikt and bolt action, if you move your minis before rolling your order test, you're cursed. He moved them first, folks. He moved them first. Where's command post? Rule number 1 in Konflikt. You never move. You could pick it up. Don't let it touch the table. But like, if you move them first.
You know, I didn't see the pin marker. I was behind a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way she goes. All right. Okay, 4 to 6, they run. Hold on, let me read it.
Run, yeah.
It's a run as fast as possible towards the closest. They're on. So let me tell you what happened though.
Does Fnatic help at all? They don't. Does it?
We're gonna take a look, but I'll tell you what did happen. They just, you've been killing troops all around. The Fireflies said, you know what? Screw that. They lit a cigar like the head dude, and they just flew out of the forest. The whole time it's playing in the background, like down, down, down. Someone's got a little speaker on his jetpack. And after intimidating the Japanese troops and rolling a foo bar on Rev's part, they actually flee off the board. So the Paragons over by the geothermal rift crater are activating now and are attempting to charge at the Japanese troops. Passed their order test, taking a pin away, but now they need to roll their order dice. They had an expended order dice. They unfortunately don't get it. And after charging into combat and fighting the Japanese troops, the first round of combat ends up being a tie. Going on to the second round of combat, the Japanese troops actually ended up taking out the Paragons and being victorious and being the winners of the combat. Shine! And with that, they get a consolidation prize of moving an additional 2 or 3 inches after rolling on the D6. Next up, the Chiha medium tank equipped with the Chiburu cannon, taking aim at the Fireflies in the center and the linebacker with the Chiburu cannon. And after managing a good hit and damage roll, and a result of a 6 on the damage table, he manages to take out the linebacker. So next up, the Tesla-equipped Sherman is taking aim and firing at the Chiha medium tank, activating its rift dice for its Tesla arc ability.
God damn it, we gotta take that tank down! Fire!
But unfortunately rolling a 1 on the damage, just leading to a pin. And then taking aim with its hull-mounted medium machine gun at the Japanese troops who just killed the Paragons. But only resulting in a pin as they're veterans.
Damn it, get it together! We're falling apart out here!
I'm on it, Sarge.
The M8A3T scout car now is activating, expending its rift dice, and firing. It's going to be taking aim at the medium tank in front of it.
Charging the Tesla. Get ready. Fire!
And after a reroll, getting 3 successful hits with the Tesla arc ability, unfortunately needing a 6th to glance, only resulting in a pin.
Damn it, that Japanese armor's too thick.
So the Japanese light walker is activating, passing its order test, and scurries along right up to the Fireflies, takes aim with its Shibiru cannon at the Tesla tank, and its 2 medium machine guns in the front at the Fireflies.
Get ready, men! It's coming for us! Ah!
Medium machine guns up first, going towards the Fireflies, and manages to take out 2 of the jump troops. Shiburu cannon up next, and with a successful damage roll, but just a 1 on the damage table, it results in the M8A3T scout car going down.
We're taking heavy fire! We're pinned down!
So now the Japanese snipers on the other side of the board are activating, taking a fire order at the Paragons in the ruins. But they miss.
We can't just stay still! We gotta move!
And now the Fireflies are attempting to activate, but with a roll of a 10, they will fail their order test and just go down. So the Paragons that left the tree line are now moving towards the light Japanese walker, expending a rift dice and taking aim at the light walker, attempting to damage it with their +1 Tesla arc, as well as expending their other rift dice to generate a point of guts. And forgetting that they actually have fast, went ahead and moved them 2 more inches to get within the 6-inch +2 bonus.
Go, go, go! Those boys need backup! Light that damn thing up!
One successful hit with the Tesla, but unfortunately they aren't able to penetrate the armor on the Japanese light walker. And then expending their pointed guts to put their dice back in the bag. Now the American company commander has pushed out, seeing that his Fireflies and Paragons are in danger, attempting to give them some moral support, as well as the much needed morale bonus. Paragons in the ruins that have been taking a beating are going on ambush after passing an order test.
They're coming over the bridge! Get ready! Take positions!
And the platoon commander behind them takes a couple shots with their rifles at the Japanese platoon commander in battle frame armor.
What are you waiting for? Shoot it! The damn Tesla's overheating! We gotta wait!
Pulling their dice back out of the bag, the Paragons realize that they don't really have any good targets, so they just go down to make sure that any potential shots.
Oh no!
And with the snipers providing cover, the assault frame infantry now charge across the bridge, executing a run order, attempting to get as close as possible to the Paragons for a future charge.
3, 2, 1. Now, light them up!
Sprinting the ambush, though, of the Paragons, they shoot with their SMGs and heavy Tesla. And after a couple successful SMG shots and Tesla shots, they managed to take out a few of the Japanese troops.
Tomorrow, night day.
Seizing an opportunity after the U.S. armor has been suppressed, the Japanese troops move into this courtyard area near the crater, take aim with their RPG at the Tesla scout car, as well as the rifles at the nearby Paragons, but only managing to pin with the rocket-propelled grenades.
Commander, we can't take much more of this. We're under heavy fire here.
So at the end of turn 1 here, and the Japanese are definitely somewhat in the lead. They have put the hurting on the U.S. troops and have managed to take out the prize jump walker. The rolling rift dice for the end of the turn, reminding that we shouldn't roll order dice because we didn't have enough rift dice. You should roll d6 if you don't have enough rift dice, and then applying the active rift dice to whatever units you'd like. So start of turn 3 here, and the Japanese are up first. And with a cheeky play from Rev here, he is actually going to make a full advance move through both of my units, the Firefly and the company commander, thus resulting in morale checks and hitting them along the way, and still being able to shoot his gun when he's done. So this is a really cool interaction.
It's coming right for us! Watch out! Ah! Get the hell out of the way! Hold your ground, men! Don't falter! Give it hell!
Making morale tests for the Firefly first and then the company commander. Both of them passed their tests. Now Rev making some attacks with the walker's legs as he skitters through both units. But fortunately, the American troops are fast enough and manage to dodge out of the way.
Damn, that was close! Take cover! We need to find a way to take this damn thing down!
Taking aim with his Shibiro cannon at the Tesla, but unfortunately misses. So now the Fireflies being in point blank range turn around and they actually get a +5 bonus for their slugs being within the +2 distance from close range and shooting in the rear.
Load up your slugs, men! Aim at the rear! That's a weak spot! Fire!
+2 from the rear, +1 from, so it's a +5 shot, or
Yes.
+5 hits.
+5 pen, yeah.
And shooting with their Thompsons here, they managed to score 3 successful damage rolls, each having +5 bonus, and they managed to take it out. Japanese assault frame troops activating now and are taking a charge move, charging into the US platoon commander behind the Paragons in the ruins. Now the platoon commander is fighting from a defended position, so they will get to shoot first and fight first, but the assault frame infantry have much better combat weapons. And the assault frame infantry easily managed to cut down the US platoon commander and his bodyguard. And then making a consolidation move, being certain to be outside 6 inches of the Paragons in the ruins. So now the Tesla Sherman is activating here. It's taking a fire order and expending a rift dice for its Tesla ability as usual, and it's shooting at the medium Japanese tank. as well as using its medium machine guns at the Japanese infantry by the crater.
Somebody get on that 50!
And after a reroll using the US Army Special Rule and adding all the Tesla hits together, scoring a 6 on the damage roll, getting 2 rolls on the full damage table, it takes out the medium Japanese tank.
Well, it's about damn time we took that thing out. Right. Keep it going, man.
So the Paragons in the ruins are activating, and they are going to be firing down at the assault frame infantry below them, as well as expending a Rift Dice for the Tesla arc ability.
They're right there. Take them down.
Scoring 2 hits with the Tesla, needing 5s with the +1 pen. They unfortunately don't manage any wounds. One Paragon shooting with the SMG next. Unfortunately, they just manage a pin on the Japanese troops. So next up, passing their order test to come on the board on their outflanking maneuver, the Ghost Infantry squad moves onto the board.
Oro! Fire!
Equipped with Shiboro rifles. They get as close as possible to the Sherman, and Rev chooses to take a side shot at the Tesla Sherman.
Shine!
Shiboro rifles are pretty strong. For each hit, it counts as 2 hits. And due to the side profile and the bonus on the crush weapons, and rolling on the damage tables, Rev causes 2 different vehicle conditions, damaging the Sherman to where it can't drive and it can't turn the turret. So the M8A3T scout car now checking the rear view mirror, and after the platoon commander of the Sherman yelling at them to do something about these guys, turns around with a 180 pivot, opens up with its light Tesla cannon, activating its Rift Dice, as well as using its HMGs to shoot at the Ghost Squad. The Sherman, which is the platoon commander, by the way, goes, "What the hell are you doing? Turn around!"
To make yourself useful, take out those ghost troops.
And after managing quite a few hits and damage rolls with the Tesla, and a hit from the HMG, they managed to take out a handful of the Ghost Squad. So now the Japanese troops by the geothermic rift crater are activating, and they are going to fire using their rocket-propelled grenade to shoot at the rear of the scout car. Rolling to see how many of the RPGs they can shoot. With a successful hit of a 6 and a damage roll of a 6, they actually light the vehicle on fire, causing the crew to panic after failing the morale test, and the scout car is taken out.
Everybody bail! This thing's cooked! Get out of here!
Paragon's activating now, attempting to suppress and move towards these Japanese troops that just took out the scout car, taking aim with their heavy Tesla gun and their SMG at the Japanese troops. Spending Rift Dice for the Tesla arc ability on the heavy Tesla weapon, as well as generating a point of guts. Moving though and needing a 5 to hit, they managed to take out one of the Japanese troops with the Tesla. And after shooting the SMGs, only leading to one of the troops taken out.
We gotta do better than that.
So now the Japanese snipers by the bridge, they've been putting in work. They're activating now, shooting at the Paragons in the ruins, which have been taking cover. And they managed to find their mark, taking out one of the super soldiers. So the company commander taking his rifle just within range, shooting at the troops by the geothermal crater, as well as using his guts to put the Firefly's dice back in the bag. And the Japanese platoon commander is activating now, is moving out with an advance order and shooting at the Paragons in the ruins. And using his LMG, he actually manages to take out one of the Paragons after a failed save roll. So the Fireflies that put their dice back in the bag ended up moving with a run order towards the Ghost Squad to support the Sherman tank. End of turn 2 here, and the Japanese are putting in some work. The US have managed to take out a couple of the units, but the Japanese are putting on the pressure. So start of turn 4 here, and the US forces are up first. The Fireflies are activating and are advancing using their 12-inch movement to get within 6 inches of the Ghost Squad, and opting to shoot with the 2-shot +1 pen Thompson profiles, getting a +2 bonus for being within 6 inches. And after unleashing hell upon the Ghost Squad with the might of the US advanced SMGs, they managed to take out all of the remaining Ghost Squad infantry. Next up, the Paragons attempting to get redemption on these Japanese troops. There's only 2 dudes. I understand they killed a Paragon squad before, but these Paragons didn't see that. And they ain't scared either. They're listening to Motley Crue, these guys. Charging into combat against the 2 Japanese troops, including the Bugler, with their close combat weapons. Again, the Japanese troops put up quite a fight, taking out one of the Paragons. Both units taking a morale test after losing one of their guys. And luckily the Paragons redeemed themselves, taking out the last Japanese troop. And with that, there's only a handful of units left on the board, so Rev and I discuss on what we both need to do to try and win the game. Helped. Now I'm 1 behind, so it'll be a draw. So now you need to kill 1 more unit to get the win, but there's still 2 more turns. So the company commander out in the middle is looking like a juicy target for the Japanese snipers to get an additional point here, an additional destroyed unit. They're going to be taking aim with their Shiburu sniper rifle. And after hitting a successful damage roll, they take out the bodyguard of the company commander. So now the Japanese platoon commander in the heavy armor is going to be stepping out from around the ruins and opening with his LMG on the company commander. And being out in the open with no cover, the Japanese platoon commander takes him out. That's 1 more additional unit that the Japanese have taken out, putting them even further in the lead. So the Sherman tank being immobilized and its turret being jammed opts to rally and try and remove most of its pins. In the end of turn 4 here, things are going fast. We're going on to the start of turn 5. The Japanese troops activating here, passing their order test, and just running behind the ruins here, staying out of line of sight. The lone Paragon trooper is taking a run order and moving as fast as he can towards the other side of the board, trying to get some shots on a future turn on the Japanese. And seeing this movement, the Japanese platoon commander now takes the opportunity and opens fire with his LMG. Managing to score a couple hits, but due to the Paragons being so tough with toughness 6, it only manages to score a pin. Now the Paragon activating after being shot is going to execute a run order after passing their order test and being fast, moving 16 inches, moving all the way up to the ruins, taking cover. They can, but that's okay.
I thought you would have went over here, piggybacked, went again.
I gotcha. I'm gonna just move them 18 and then use their regroup in hell, get even closer.
Yeah.
So Firefly is activating and making a run order, moving their full 18 inches, and then activating their rift ability, attempting to get even more movement, but unfortunately don't get very far. For an extra 2 inches,
nice.
lovely.
Yeah.
Right up to this thing.
Love to see it. Little hardcover there.
The Tesla Sherman is going down, as well as the Japanese snipers, who are going on ambush for any potential charges or U.S. troops moving forward. So the end of turn 5 here and moving on to the start of turn 6. There's not a lot of units left on the board. Fireflies are up first, taking a full run action, and then after putting their dice in the bag, thanks to the Paragons, are now charging into combat with the platoon commander. Japanese platoon commander shooting first, as they are outside 6 inches before the charge. As well as triggering the Japanese snipers that are on ambush. After close combat with the Thompsons, the Japanese platoon commander puts up a good fight, is taken out. And Fireflies regrouping in hell afterwards, activating their rift dice, moving 6 inches back towards the ruins and away from the snipers. So now the Paragon is activating, is moving out, and is taking some shots at the assault frame infantry that are hiding behind the ruins.
If we don't take them out, we're in trouble.
Generating a point of guts with their once per turn ability, and shooting their SMGs. Managing to score a hit. But unfortunately, no damage roll, just leading to a pin. So now the assault frame infantry Japanese troops are moving out after taking some fire, charging straight into the Fireflies, running right past the Paragon, equipped with their deadly close combat weapons. They managed to take out the remaining Fireflies. And getting a 6-inch consolidation move, they managed to make their way behind the ruin. Paragon going again after using his guts.
Die already!
Moving within 6 inches and shooting at the assault frame troops instead of the snipers. With the Tesla 6-inch profile, 3 shots. But unfortunately doesn't manage to take out any of the assault frame infantry. So end of turn 6 here, rolling the rift dice for the remaining units. Paragon gets a surging rift dice, which makes him fearless. And the Paragon is activating here, expending one of the active rift dice to generate a point of guts, and opting to shoot with a 6-inch profile on the heavy Tesla gun.
It's payback time. Ah!
And manages to take out 2 of the troops, but one of the assault frame infantry is still left. The Japanese sniper now is activating, expending his rift dice, lining up the Shiburu sniper. Fire! And it manages to score a hit, takes out the remaining Paragon. And with that, all of their remaining US infantry have been taken off the board. There's only a essentially disabled Sherman Tesla tank on the other side of the board that's left. And the Japanese are victorious.
Come undone.
Fortunately, the US forces were not able to push back the Japanese troops, and they have secured this new geothermic rift location for a potential valuable energy source for the war efforts. And with the Japanese troops mysteriously invading this area in Alaska, US High Command needs to do some digging and research into figuring how they pulled this operation off. Well, my name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Hopefully you enjoyed this game of Conflict 47 with the newly updated points and the newly released FAQ from Warlord Games. Shout out to my buddy Rev, as always, for coming and playing. We had a great time. If you're new here to the channel, we have tons of different battle reports, and we have some more Conflict games scheduled here in the near future.
昼食はいつですか?
Well, thanks again for watching. My name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice, and as always, keep rolling high on those dice.